Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, I'm going to jump back on the Twin Jet 90, Twin Jet 100, whatever we're calling it. Really, I've just got some assembly to do. We've got the new wiring harness that we made. We've got that on. I think probably the last episode. And today we're just going to do some other general assembly and getting it back together. Okay, I got some new pipes here, and you may be thinking, well, you know, these are the old ones here, and these are the new ones, and they're not as shiny. Well, that's okay. They're hard to find in good shape. You can tell on these older ones that there's a lot of rust on here, even though they're shinier. And for the most part, especially on the left side, we've got some big dents. Now, here's the new one I got. The thing with the pipes is that you're not going to get a chrome plate or anybody to do all this dent removal for you. So you've got to do that, or you've got to be ready yourself. So my whole point in buying these new pipes, they're not new. They're YL1 pipes, and I didn't even know whether they would fit this thing. But here's the deal. See, there's no way to remove the internal baffle. You can get the clean out tube out from the outside, and I've got it out. But you can't get this bigger piece out. This one right here. So basically you've got a nasty, greasy muffler that no chrome plater is going to want to plate. And this is, you can see right here where it's spot welded in. And you know, they didn't even spot weld it on the outside. They just spot welded it on the inside. And that's the problem. Now with the American pipes, you've got a screw right here that you can pull this out, and you can remove the clean out tube and the rest of the baffle inside the muffler. So that's a big thing, because I can get that out. I can soak this in some, oh, who knows, probably some lye or something on the inside to really get to it, warm it up, and I should be able to get that pretty clean. Something that they would want to mess with then. But the big thing about these, other than that, is the fact that these are much better shape as far as dents go. There's a little bit here. This is on the inside. You'll never see it, so I don't really worry about that. Got a little dent right here. And on this one, it's got a little alloy here on the end. And there again, I can sand that up where they can chrome over it and it'll look pretty good. But, you know, the big dents, you just can't do anything with. This pipe was actually pretty good. Little dent here on the bottom. But anyhow, that's the major reason for getting these, is they're more dent free and I can remove everything from the inside. And I was really wondering whether or not they were even going to fit, because actually these tubes here in the front, these are a little different on the AT90 than on the YL100. I'm using, and I just stuck these on there, I wanted to see if I could do it, because these pipes that I got with the mufflers are in pretty bad shape. A lot of the chrome's missing. You know, probably hit a lot of rocks or whatever. But these, for the AT90, these are the Asian pipes. They fit. And I was surprised, but looks like everything's going to be okay. So I can use the best of the two systems, so to speak. So anyhow, that's where we're at right now. And I've just, like I say, we've got the harness that we put in. I think the last thing that we did, we're just going to do some assembly work yet and get these pipes on, all that kind of stuff. And we actually have to work on the pipes on the inside, the clean out tubes. They've got bent bolts in them. So we're going to take those out and make some new ones. All right, I'm going to have a little barbecue here today. I'm going to take these out and put them in the barbecue and get that grease cleaned off. Get all the carbon out of it. Got it sitting here warming up. So we'll let them cook for a little while. We got these baffles. Both of the pins are bent here in the end, and probably, well, this one here is starting to break for sure. And the other one's probably not too far behind. They're brazed in, so I'm going to attempt to heat them up and remove the brass and just pull that out. I got one out. It's just brazed to the end of this side, but I've got to get both sides loose at the same time in order to get it out. So it takes quite a bit of heat. There we go. Now I just got to make some new ones. See if we can get a new one welded or brazed in here. I think that's getting a little warm up there on the camera. Let's see here. Where are we at? Yeah, I'm going to back you out just a little bit. This plume was coming up there pretty close. Thought about welding it in. Well, that's probably why it's done, because these things they're kind of mistreated when you're trying to get them out. There, that ought to do it. In order to get the new brake light switch on, I've got to drop this pedal back down. If you remember right, there was some pieces missing here, and that would be this linkage right here. And that's going to go underneath the brake rod. That's where it's going to attach. It's actually going to be just the way it is right now, except that piece is going to be attached. All this has got to be done before we put the pipe on, or the mufflers. And in order to do all that, we've got to pull the swing arm pivot bolt back out. I don't think it's going to go too far. But I've got to lift this up just high enough to get this brake pedal off, and then remove all the hardware back here. And I'm not real sure, since it wasn't on there, whether it goes on the back side or the front side. So we're just going to have to do some trial and error fitting here. But that's where it looks like it goes. All right. So I'm thinking that it goes on the front here. And then the rod goes through to hold it on there, I think. Let's see here what it looks like. Oops, that's not what I wanted. See, it's got a little dog leg there, so I think that is to go like this. I've got grease on it, and everything's moving, even if you don't want it to. I think I'm probably going to have to get a cotter pin in there just to hold it in the time being. So we'll just stick one back there to keep everything from falling apart. Well, I don't know. Is it going to pull like that, or? See, that's a problem. I bet it goes on the back side then. Yeah, because it's going to want to slide down. So let me regroup here. So that looks like probably how it's going to go. Let me see if I can get this old one off. It's kind of a cool way on the back side how they attach the wires. It's just a little spring clip thing. So I don't think it matters, but I'm going to just do one at a time here and see if that helps me avoid any issues. It's not wanting to push down very good. Got one in. See if I can get the other one to go where I want it. All right, and I've got those tins so they'll stay put, hopefully. Let's see. Couldn't be easy. Why would you want it to be? Okay, that's why. Okay. All right, before I button all that up, I've got to get the cotter pin bent over on the back. I think I've got it how it's supposed to go. Okay, what an ordeal this was. I had to, there was a couple things going on here. This was bent, and it's been kind of boogered up here. But I had to get away from wanting to put the brake rod in from this side. That was my issue. once I put it in from the back, everything pretty well lines up. So I think we're good to go now. I've just got to probably do a little adjustment here. But this spring is going to go on the back side of the pipe over here, and I think we've kind of got to put it in there as we put the pipe on. And then of course the pipe's got to go up here in the swing arm pivot bolt too. So let me get stuff together here. I'm hoping that I can get the header pipe into this from inside. Or from the, doing it from the front. That's my plan anyway. And this thing, spring, maybe a vice grip to get a hold of that. Okay, get this spring installed right in here, and the back stud installed there. You can see it right here. And hopefully this side is not going to be quite the issue. Should just have to put it over that and slide it in that bracket back here. Yeah, sometimes you get stuff in your head about how you think or how it needs to go, and you just can't seem to get past it. And I know I'm going to have to pull this pipe off again to put the chain guard on, but we're a long way from that. So I don't know, may not be able to get a lock washer on that. Looks like it's going to be a knot one. Okay. So I think all that stuff, I probably better leave these loose and try to get these pipes in to the front of them. Yeah, see this is the YL1 pipe here, and this one here is the AT91, and they're just a little bit different, but they look like they accomplish the same thing. The YL1 pipes are really beat up, and they'll just probably rust really quick. So I'm hoping to be able to use this one. I've got the packing in here already, up in here, and I'll just try to slide this on and get the threads started. And it kind of looks like we've got our packing up here also. See if we can just get kind of some things started here. And working this one at the same time. They are, like I say, they're bent a little bit different, but I kind of think in the end they're going to do the same thing. So It'll be a lot nicer using that pipe than the old rusty ones. And I have de-rusted and this one doesn't seem to want. Doesn't look like it's going to do the same thing. Yeah, I've cleaned the inside of the pipes. Yeah, just got to push it in further. And everything's decarbonized and de-rusted and all that stuff, so everything should be okay. A little trouble getting that thing over there. Sorry guys. This thing's kind of got a mind of its own sometimes. Trying to get in here. Got my spanner wrench. Try to do this without boogering things up. Kind of took a chance on this set of pipes. I got the whole thing and it wasn't that expensive. I'm gonna say it was $125 or something for everything. Shipped to my door, I think. May have been a little bit more than that. But, you know, I've run into a lot of things that are not the same. The AT90 and the YL100, although they look a lot alike. I guess I should call this an H1. That's what the designator is. Can't remember. I think the one that was imported here in 70 and 71 was a H2. There, I think our pipes are on. All right, I even was able to find a cover for right here. It's just a little plastic thing. And they still had it. I was able to get it from Rocky Mountain. I didn't even have to go to eBay for it. So there. Keeps the water out of the switch from this side. Okay, we're kind of to the point where I need to start working in here. I think actually I'm probably, since this thing ran before, I'm going to leave adjusting the points and timing and all that stuff until after I put the battery in and check out the electrical system, because it was running before, so we don't want to stick another variable in there. So we'll just we'll leave that. We'll do a whole video on that by itself. So the next thing I probably need to do is get up here and get this kind of stuff all poked in there and get the battery in. Okay, not sure. I don't think this is really the right battery. but it's one I've got. We can give it a whirl anyway. This is for another bike I've got that I pull all the batteries every winter. Now sometimes I never get them in, just depends on whether I ride them or not. Alright, got our ground hooked up. And then we've got the positive out here. Get the switch off. Okay, I'm not seeing anything bad. Fuse is still good. I just like to put that, it's real close on the other bike, so I put that little rubber flap over it. I think it's close to the side cover or something. All right. I think this one will work okay. So that's probably what I'll end up getting for it. Okay. Looks like our fuse is still in good shape. You see the little U up there in the top. And I'm going to hit the switch. Still good. All right, so we don't have anything serious going on. This connector here will be to the flasher unit. I haven't got the signal lights on, so I'm not worried about that. And everything else should be hooked up. It's just, you know, it's going to be the fire up, and I guess just see how, you know, see if it will fire up and see if we've got any problems with the first position. I don't have the tail light on yet, and I'm really not going to put it on because I still need to get it chromed or whatever, but I can hook it up. So I'll get that taken care of. Just a few other little things before we try to fire the thing up. Okay, let's get our bottle in here. We'll make it drink from the bottle. And still got everything on it from the last time. We should be good to go on that. I'd still like to get the brake light on. I'll have to take a look and see if it's even functional. I've got the bulb here, so we'll just check that real quick. That one's good. And that one's good. Give it another shot here and see. Once it's in there. Yep. I'll just have to run a ground wire, but I should be able to go ahead and plug these in. Blue to blue. And yellow to yellow. And then the other two are the signal light wires. Okay, I'll get a ground wire. And I just hooked one up here and We'll just hook the other one here to the frame or the body of it. Try to keep it off the pipe. Probably won't run it long anyway, but. Okay, let's turn it on. Try the horn here. Oh, that's a nice horn. A lot better than that CT was. Okay. Got a brake light. And the instrument lights are on. Okay, we've got a headlight. Low beam, high beam. We can get the brake light over here. Oh boy, look at that. I think we're in business for just about everything. The only thing I can't check right now is the signal lights. I guess I could put a flasher in. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. We don't want to push things here. All right. Okay, I'm going to let the fuel run here. I can see it, bubbles coming into the carbs. Give it a minute there for those to fill up. Make sure we don't have a leak. All right, not sure. Let me reach over here and put the choke on. I'm not sure if I've got these plug wires hooked up right or not. We'll see. All right, got it on. That's promising. Need to idle up a little bit here, looks like. Open the door up. I kind of dumped my fuel here. Let me take care of that. I opened the garage door and knocked the fuel out off of the roof there, and it turned everything over, so I had to take care of that. Lots of adjustment to do. We need to, of course, the points and everything, we don't know what the timing is or anything right now, so all that is yet to be determined. So probably the next video is going to be doing a tune-up. What I was trying to show you is still got Christmas lights going out here. And it is actually about 50 degrees today, the day after Christmas. All right. We haven't lost anything. Still running. And looks like we're good and tight on our seals here at the pipes. I'm not seeing anything, but it is running rich, I can tell. You know, I probably got some float issues. I see a little leak here. That's probably when it pulled this off. Yeah, that probably is. Because we've been through the carbs and everything, so it should be okay. But it is running rich, so we certainly need to do something. So we'll do the set the points and the timing. I've got a new set of points and new set of condensers for everything. And I think we were talking about this one here, which would be the left side condenser sparking real bad, so it's probably needs a condenser there. But it is firing on both sides. It's just seems kind of rich. So a good trial anyway. We've got the pipes back on, got it running again, so we haven't lost anything, and we know our wiring harness is good. It seems like everything's working. The only thing that we haven't tried is the signal lights. I did go ahead and get a set of cheapy signal lights, so we'll go ahead and get those on. You know, for this bike, in the US, you don't need them. I think that took in effect in '71, and this is a '66, I believe. But it came with them from Asia, so we'll probably go ahead and pop them in there. We can put them up here on the triple clamp up here, and I believe they went right here next to the seat. I can't remember for sure because there's also a rack that goes on this that's really in bad shape. It's going to need chromed. So we'll probably hook that stuff up and just give it a test when we fire it up the next time. But everything so far is looking like it's working just fine. You know, we rewired, we made a brand new harness for it. It's all new wiring and connectors, everything there. So there you have it, guys. We haven't lost anything here. We've got a lot of it assembled. We've tested out the wiring harness. Everything seems to be okay so far. The only thing that we haven't checked at this point is the signal lights. So I'll get those hooked up and we'll give them a whirl the next time we fire it up. It's running a little rich. Not sure what the deal is. I'm sure it's carburation, but we'll just have to get into it. But the first thing I want to do is I want to get the timing and the points squared away. So I'll get on that for the next video. And then if we have carburation issues, we'll go ahead and pursue that. But pretty happy with it. It's you know, it's always a good thing when you turn the key on and you don't fry a fuse. So far so good. Hey, thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you next video.